Hello.
Morning, Judge. So, Judge, I caught a bit of that yesterday with all the attorneys and everything up here. Like all those attorneys, and then one of them couldn't file a motion to serve, and I would imagine the continuers would have been there for that, maybe just file.
Yeah. So
A lot of firepower, but I don't know.
I'm just here to listen and make rulings.
Yeah, that's good. Judge. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. So Zach,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
you're
ma'am.
leaving us?
Yeah, so basically, dude, I know.
So in 2 days?
So I have this week,
Mhm.
and then next week I'll still be around,
Okay.
and then the week after, I asked if I could remain on through impact. Because I brought up so many of those cases,
Mhm.
and they both chiefs said yes.
Okay, that's good.
So thankfully I can stay on till then, and then that week of internet, Allie's last week in the office.
Ah,
Her and I will both be, we'll probably come here that week, that Thursday, when we know you're in town, or
oh,
on the chambers that you go. Both of us. She'll be saying goodbye, and I'll be saying, hopefully, see you very soon.
hey, well, isn't that song Hello, Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is the current lay of the land. And as soon as I know more information, yeah, I think you're gonna.
Well, LaShawn,
I agree.
history continues. Prosecutors are sent to the 187th to go to trial and gain experience. And then once they gain experience here, then they are sent to intake or other courts. So that what continues to happen. But then you know what I find amazing? People will get moved because they have obtained their experience. And then it's as though we're supposed to not have trial because they moved somebody. I'm like, that'll be a no.
It's not a just.
All right. No, it's like,
It's a one singular office, right? Like you gotta
Yes.
be held accountable. I agree. So it's a bummer. Zach, gonna miss you, man. Hope you landed a trial court, man. I think that's very
Yeah.
fitting for you. So I can't see you in intake.
you know what, LaShawn? If I were chief of a division, you know what I would do? I would come down and try some cases. I would help.
With Jody?
Yes, and you know what I would do?
I would be your favorite secretary.
I would come and help people out. If there are not enough prosecutors, I would say, hey, your chief is in this with you. I'm coming down to try some cases.
Boy, if we had to trial together, my life would be complete.
All right, so you know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to take a sabbatical
Yes, ma'am.
and try a case with you.
I promise you, you have never had a I will judge. We can do something. I'm just saying.
We
And
can
I
make
haven't
it.
said, if I can make my job someone else the job easier, I would do it. And I would make your job easier as my.
You know what? I always say that. But yeah, we can try some cases together. All right, if everyone will have a seat, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please stand and let me know that you are here. If you don't announce, then I'm assuming you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest and custody. We have Luis Alfredo Contreras, Eric Michael Jones. Eric Michael Jones? I thought he had zoomed in. Yes.
Council President, I believe he's appearing by, yeah, Coach Sharp.
Oh, no, just answer. Yes.
Yeah, I believe I believe he is, he's attending via Zoom. He's out of the state of Texas, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
His
sir.
his name was here before, but now it's gone. So you may want to contact him.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Jesse Lozoya, custody. Jose Ledesma. Jose Antonio Ledesma. Guadalupe Roque, custody. Sergio Humberto Maris. Am I pronouncing his last name right? All right. Ivan Pacheco. Carly Green. Brenda Ortiz Navarro, custody. Adis Hernandez, custody. Marco Marino Vasquez, custody. Christopher Morrison is on Zoom. Sarah Elizabeth Gutierrez. Camillus Galvan. Rodney Patterson. Darwin Gomez. Darwin Otmar Gomez Jr. Israel Medellin.
Judge, he's freshly in custody. I can explain that after Dr.
Okay, thank you. Vashad, that answer is like Kendrick Lamar. He's like in 8 bars. I'll explain that phrase. Okay. Arturo Villanueva. Vashad, I think you and I are the only people who got that. Eric Kelly. Thank you. Riot Aguilar. Riot Aguilar. Lario Labardi. Ruben Cerna, custody. Lucy Rodriguez. Refugio Rodriguez. Kevin Curiel.
Here.
Ramiro Sandoval. And counsel, Mr. Jones just came back.
Thank you, Your Honor, I appreciate you.
Yes. Yadhara Romo.
President Council, Your Honor.
Travis Mann. Dennis Johnson. Trevor Morse, custody. And that's you, Mr. Munoz.
Yes.
Okay. Christian Dunbar, he's by Zoom. Eric Kelly, thank you. You're on the docket more than once. Marissa Magana. Esther San Miguel. All right, thank you. Jose Manjares, custody. Arnold Garza, custody. Richard Gonzalez, Ramon Sanchez. Leon Small, custody. Jacob Leal. David Perez Villarreal. All right. Nathaniel Vasquez. Nathaniel Isaiah Vasquez. Daryl Payne, custody. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called or you came in late? Yes, sir. What's your name? Ramiro Sandoval. Do you all see him on the docket? Do you have an attorney? Who's your attorney? Do you know your case number?
You know page 5, Your Honor. First row, sir.
Thank you, Deputy Laura. All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Please follow these rules. And if you follow these rules, everything will go smoothly. Criminal trial divisions files are there. Family violence files are there. Just take a file, place it on the prosecutor's desk, have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. If you have someone who is in custody, let the deputy know. They will bring you out. Please do not talk behind the court reporter when we're on the record. If you have somebody in the box and you're speaking to them, just raise your hand and the deputy will move them to the other end. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, we will need an interpreter. Let the coordinator or clerk know. Once you have conferred with the state and conferred with probation, you are then ready to approach and just ask the clerk or the coordinator to pull your file and I will take you in the order of appearance. Only exception to that is if there is someone who wishes to use an interpreter. And the reason why I do that is because we have a limited number of interpreters. And unless they're here for jury trial, try to have them in and out within 5 minutes. So today is today Tuesday? Why does it feel like it's Thursday, like we've been here forever, right? All right, everyone, today is Tuesday. The only good thing, well, one of the good things about Tuesday, guess what? We're closer to Friday than we were yesterday. So that's something we can be happy about. Put a smile on your face, be kind when you confer, and everything will move along smoothly. So please confer.
I know.
Yes.
So this is not in the case that is today's. He has been in jail for 90-something days. I don't know exactly how many, but.
Okay, so is he on the docket today?
No, he's not on the docket.
We can have him brought over. I can have him brought over on Thursday or either see if they can get him here today.
Okay, but if he's been in jail for 90 days, he's been in jail for 90 days.
Yeah, but the problem is, the way the new law is, there are certain questions that I need to get from him. Like, for example, does he have mental health issues? Does he have this? So that I can set appropriate conditions for his bond.
Yeah, it's on bond.
Okay, let's bring him over on Thursday.
Okay. All right. Or either if you want, I can see if they can have him maybe zoom in potentially today.
Oh, what I would actually like to do is, the things that he's charged with in this court are extremely minor.
Mhm.
And so, those particular things, the- he actually has some misdemeanors that are a little more serious than what I was hoping. So if you'll just bring him over on Thursday, then maybe we can just work the whole thing out. That's really what I'm
Well,
trying to
I
say.
will tell you.
It's good seeing you.
Yeah.
Did you want to hang on to those?
Yes.
Very good.
All right, thank you. All right, Eric Michael Jones. And he's no longer on the Zoom. Thank you. Your client is no longer on the Zoom. He left.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, step out of the courtroom.
Sure.
This is what we're planning. But we're gonna do it on the 90 days.
Normal?
Share to the back.
Okay. Normal. Place this on Thursday's docket, please.
Oh, no.
Okay, all right, thank you. And could I see the file on Jose Ledesma, please?
I'm guessing that these ones.
All right, state on page 1, Jose Ledesma is being recalled for September 9th. All right, Sarah Gutierrez.
President John.
All right, she needs to come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, she's scheduled. Norma, we need a jury trial date. And how long do y'all expect this trial?
I'll be 2 days, I think.
All right, and
Including
it's
selection?
2 days. Yes.
Your Honor, do you want the state to prepare a discovery acknowledgement? For this?
Yes.
I believe we did one.
Let me
last
see
Saturday.
if it's in the file.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Please.
No, it's in the file, unless there's been an updated one. And this discovery acknowledgement was done in August.
It was just a couple of weeks ago. Judge.
Yes.
As far as I'm aware, there is no additional discretion.
Okay.
That's correct, Judge. I haven't received anything from the state.
All right, what date? All right, you're gonna be scheduled November 4th in Impact Court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can have some.
Excuse me, counsel, on Elizabeth Gutierrez. There was a competency for her on January 11th. So was that completed?
That was completed, Judge. She was determined to be competent, sorry.
All right, thank you. I mean, to be competent, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I was like, whoa.
I got a little tongue tied myself. So.
Yes.
Since I have a client to talk with, a lot of talks. Yes, we're a doctor.
Lana Gadal?
Correct, yeah.
I'm trying to confirm with the state.
Okay.
Sorry, I put it.
I think it's all your.
Sergio Morris? And sir, your client is still not on Zoom. Rodney Patterson? Darwin Gomez? Riot Aguilar? Travis Mann? David Perez Villarreal? Nathaniel Vasquez? All right, could I see the file? Whenever you're ready on David Villarreal, let me know.
Okay.
No.
I guess I'm ready then.
All right, could I see David Villarreal? It's a violation report. Thank you. Have you seen the violation report?
Yes, I've seen the several violation reports.
Yes. All right. Did you have a chance to, because he's on a commercial bond, I don't know if you want to call the bondsman?
I can do that. I haven't called the bondsman.
Okay.
Well, the bondsman got in touch with me actually
Oh,
and asked me if I knew where he was, and I said, I do not know where he was.
all right. All right. Deputy Laura, can you make an announcement for David Villarreal? And then if I could have a prosecutor, please, and it's criminal trial division. We're fine.
No. You're fine.
We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 PF 10761, State of Texas versus David Villarreal. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harris Edelman.
for the defense?
Phyllis Beal.
All right, this is set today. There's a violation report. Pretrial services officer are stating they have not had any contact with your client. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It's now 9:27 a.m. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He is not in hall.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
I have not.
State?
Request a bond forfeiture and issue a warrant, Your Honor.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, who's here on Camillus Galvan? Mr. Galvan, come forward. Okay, so we're gonna get a jury trial date. And how long you are saying this trial will last?
Probably 3 days.
Yes, it's a little complicated, yes.
Okay, all right. And are all of these cases arising out of the same occurrence?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So, Ms. Ferguson, 3 days, jury trial date. All right, so we're gonna recall this for October.
Judge, can we check another date? I'm coming back on vacation on September 29th, so I'm thinking I'm still gonna be a little foggy.
You need a little, the vacation glove.
There you go. That's it too.
Norma, do you have another date other than October 1st? No, we can't send this to impact because it's not gonna go. Because it's a failure to stop and render aid.
There's an ag assault in there too.
Hmm?
There's an ag assault in there too.
Yes.
And maybe.
December 10th.
All right, December 10th. Okay. All right, December 10th is your jury trial date.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for trial. Deputy Laura, there was something wrong with the audio, but it's fixed now. So it's gonna be great.
Hey, Judge, this lady that I'm gonna have you bring up, she has a degenerative brain condition, so I'm gonna have her daughter come up with her. She's the one that brings her to court and stuff.
Okay, all right, just give me a minute. Let me put this in Odyssey. And John, just let the deputy know as well. All right, Gadal? Hello. So, does she still have a warrant?
Yes, Your Honor, she does.
All right, so where are we on this case with regards to discovery?
That, we didn't talk about that.
No, Judge, we were talking about reinstating the bond.
All right, so have you talked to the bondsman to see if they want to be on the bond?
Yes, Your Honor, they do.
Okay,
Judge, I think what happened, she has, I think I tendered to the court her explanation for this. She has been in communication with her bonding company, with pretrial services. It's evident that she is not attempting to not report to anyone. In fact, she did come into court on August 15th. She reported to her bonding company. Her bonding company told her that she did have court on the 15th. They told her that she had court in the 186. And she reported to the 186. And when she went to the 186, they told her she didn't have court. At that time, she already had a warrant out for her arrest.
well, no, the reason why a warrant was issued, of course, she didn't show, but also because the pretrial services filed a violation report.
Well, it wasn't because she didn't show, it was because they're saying that she wasn't calling into pretrial services. But
I mean,
she
that's
had,
why.
she had been calling into pretrial services, or maybe she didn't call in one time. I'm
Well,
not really
I
sure.
did call in and it shows on the,
No, let me just tell you what it says. The violation report that the court received was that they tried to bring you into compliance by sending text messages and email, contacting the bail bondsman. And they did a clear check and all of that was unsuccessful. And what I can tell you in this court, what I do, because sometimes there is cross communication, things get missed. So whenever I see a violation report and it comes across my desk, what I do is I email the supervision officer and I'm sorry, your pretrial services officer, and I email their supervisor. And I ask, is this person, still in non-compliance? If they say no, then what I do is I set it for a hearing. I don't automatically sign violation reports from pretrial services because sometimes there are issues. Sometimes communications are off because there have been some times where I received a violation report and then I'll email and they'll say, oh no, the person is now in compliance. So I always do that. So they're saying that they called your bondsman and your bondsman is like, we don't know where she is. They said they sent text messages and emails and there was no response. So we had a hearing on the violation report and I asked for Ms. Ferguson on July 31st to set it for a hearing. And so then it got set for August 6th. And then what I did was, because you were no-show, I said, maybe people don't know about it. So then I had a recall for August 7th. Because in my notes on the violation report that's in the court file, it says judge's warrant remain without bond, defendant a no-show for hearing on August 6th and August 7th. So that's the history of this case. So I will take up your issue for reinstating bond, but I'll take that up after you all have conferred on discovery, after an offer has been tendered, if one is going to be made today, then I'll take up this issue.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And Norma, on Esther San Miguel, they say they need this says immigration attorney needed. I'm sorry, interpreter needed.
The daughter can interpret for purposes of
No,
this.
I need
Okay,
the interpreter.
no, that's,
So Norma, if you'll call the interpreter now, they'll be here in like 5 minutes.
okay, that's fine.
Thank you. All right, Eric Jones.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I think you should be on.
Oh, he's here now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jones, you need to unmute. Who is the prosecutor on Eric Michael Jones? It's criminal trial division, a drug case.
I believe it's Andrew Edelman, Your Honor.
All right, well, come forward. Have you received all of the discovery?
No, Your Honor, we're still awaiting videos being uploaded.
All right, so do you believe the state has the videos in their possession?
I do,
And
Your Honor.
they just need to be uploaded?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And I also need to approach on a motion to substitute.
All right, so you're not the attorney?
Not quite.
Ah,
Thank you, Your Honor. The order's been back.
all right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 0070042, State of Texas versus Eric Jones. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense?
John St. Heinrich, Mr. Jones.
And are you Eric Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, any objection to Mr. Jones appearing by video, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, do you have any objection to appearing by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, the court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Jones, this attorney has filed a motion to substitute counsel. Do you have any objections to this attorney substituting in?
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right, then the court will grant your motion. We're off the
you.
record. Thank you. So, discovery, you say some video needs to be uploaded?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is this body cam? What is it?
I believe it's body cam, Your Honor, from the arresting officers.
Okay. All right, so then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you a turnaround for discovery. And then they'll have the body cams uploaded.
Yes, Your Honor.
And state if at the next setting you'll be prepared to tender an offer.
Certainly.
All right, so Ms. Can we recall this in 30 days, please? All right, it's September 26th, and Mr. State, you may be excused. Mr. Jones, where are you zooming from?
My house in Missouri.
All right. All right, you can appear by Zoom on September 26th.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Have a great day.
Yes, ma'am, you too.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Jones.
You're welcome. So we'll be back on September 26th, and he can be by Zoom.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
It's a possible distraction. 6 years old.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Koontz. This is the interpreter. Good morning. Are you all ready on your case? Oh, just whenever you're ready to bring her up, counsel. Deputy Mejia, do you see Jones on the docket, Eric Jones? All right. Oh, I can't see this. All right, thank you. Hello.
I'm gonna bring the daughter up as well, if that's okay.
Sure. Councils, if you all will stop blocking the entryway, please. Just move it to the side. Thank you. No problem. All right, so where are we on the immigration attorney? Have they given any advice on that?
Judge, I was recently hired on this case. I am unaware of the status of that. However, in conferring with the state this morning, I provided them some documentation of some things, and we're working towards hopefully a dismissal of this case.
And Judge, part of it is that I need to speak to the officers to let them know the information that's presented us.
Okay, so I understand where you all are going, but before you were hired, Mac was appointed, and for immigration purposes.
I'll check in with them. Sure.
And state, how much time are you asking for to make this decision?
It would be a few weeks, Judge, just because we're trying to arrange a meeting with the officers on Friday, but just Labor Day weekend, they're high that they may say that they're not available.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in a month for potential disposition? All right,
September 26th.
so on that date, state if things are not headed the way you think you're heading, I'm gonna need you to tender an offer in defense. I'll need an update on the immigration status with the MAC.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, is there anything else, Miss? Do you have any questions?
Everything is fine.
All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Have a great day.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
My pleasure,
All
Megan.
right.
Excuse.
Yes, it's always great seeing you.
My pleasure always.
Okay. Yeah. And see, now I'm not even hot. I'm just pleasant. You know, it's pleasant. I have my fan,
I agree.
but some visitor came in and complained about the AC, so
No. And that's.
yes.
I'm sure you're not allowed. They're just busy.
Yes. All right, who's here on Carly Green?
Judge.
All right, is this criminal trial division?
It is CTD, yes.
All right, Carly Green, come up. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. How long do y'all expect this trial to last? How long do you expect the trial to last?
3 days, I would say with Ward Iyer, probably Ward Iyer 1 day, and then case in chief would be about 2.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
All right, Norma, are you able to put this one on October 1st? Or is it October 2nd? The first is a Tuesday. October 1st? All right, we'll come back for jury trial on October 1st.
That should work. I'm leaving town on the 9th, but I can't imagine it's gonna take more than a week.
Okay,
So let's do it with first. Judge, we do have a motion. We filed it a few times. It's motion to modify or remove GPS. She's done well on GPS monitor. She's been on it now for about a year, so we're hoping that we could take her off of it. I know the state's not in support of it, but in lieu of the fact that, or light of the fact that she's done well, she's reported, she's never missed a court date.
all right, we'll go on the record.
Yes, ma'am. If we'd be so kind.
Sure. Court is calling 2023 CR 10223, State of Texas versus Carly Green. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Hurst-Edelman.
Defense?
Adam LaHood for Ms. Carly Green.
All right, defense has filed a motion asking for modification of bond conditions. State, are you ready to proceed on the motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll keep it brief. Judge, she's been on GPS monitor and she's done well. As far as I know, she's not had any mishaps. The only time that she was ever late to court one time was simply because she was actually with me. The court was in trial. She went to another court, but the point is she's never missed court. She's been nothing but respectful, very, very responsive. I never had any issues in getting in touch with her. And she's been on this monitor now for the better part of a year. Judge, we're hoping you see fit to release her on GPS monitor. She's on bond, a high bond, which I believe is sufficient. And I think she's more than shown that she's capable of being supervised or being monitored out there without the need for a GPS monitoring device on her ankle.
All right, state.
State opposing the motion at this time. Before we would agree to it, we would like to contact the complainant. But if we contact the complainant and the complainant is not opposed, then we are not opposed to changing our position in the future.
All right, so let me ask this. Are you able to contact the complainant today?
I do not know if we can contact the complainant today or not.
All right, well, let's see
Yeah.
if we can get in touch with the complainant today.
And obviously, let me know, Judge. I'm easy to reach. Y'all know how to reach me via phone or whatever. And then I assume, and we're not opposed to no contact order with the complainant. I know she has no intention of ever seeing or having any contact with this person ever again.
Okay, if you'll just wait a little bit, they're gonna step up to call and then we'll continue the hearing after that.
Sounds good, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Kevin Curiel. Yes. All right. Norma, in this case, need a jury trial date. How long do y'all expect the trial to last?
Not more than a week, Your Honor.
You say not more than a week,
It would definitely get done.
but I mean, is it really a 5-day trial or no?
No, Judge, I don't think so. But I would rather over than under if it pleases the court.
Okay.
And I answered that. I don't even know if that question was from me.
No, it's for everyone.
I, for one, prefer not to make promises that I can't keep.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, jury trial date, 3 days. All right, so we're gonna come back on December 10th.
Thank you, Judge.
And let me, before you go, have you all completed a discovery acknowledgement?
I believe we have, but if it's, I can check to confirm that, Your Honor.
All right, before you leave, that needs to be confirmed. And your jury trial date is going to be December 10th. Thank you for dressing appropriately for trial.
Thank you.
And you'll be excused once you sign, for dressing appropriately for court. And you'll be excused once you sign the reset form, and your attorney will remain to make sure that he has all of the discovery. All right, do you have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And what page is Curiel on? Thank you. Are y'all ready on Ganal or no? Ruben Cerna? Yes. Hello, Mr. Cerna? All right, so where are we on discovery?
So Judge, we were gonna ask, in case we recalled for Thursday, I need to talk to our chief about it because of the codependent, the outcome of the codependent case.
All right. All right, so Mr. Cerna, we're gonna recall you back on Thursday, okay?
ma'am.
And that will put us at the 30, no, I'm in October already. That's gonna put us at August 29th. So you won't be back tomorrow, you'll be back the next day. You understand?
I understand.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I have a request for the transcript from the prior trial, but I don't want to submit that and to incur any costs. I just wanted to make the court aware that I will be asking for that. But I don't want to do that at this point in case. They
All
make
right, what
another
was the
determination.
trial?
It was an impact a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
Okay,
All
may I
right,
be
sure.
excused, Judge?
yes.
Thank you.
No, he's not withdrawing. Mhm. We're bringing him back on Thursday. Now, if I can just find him on the docket sheet. You know, they really need to go back to the way they wrote these before. It was so easy to find people. For people who don't want to get a line in their glasses. Oh, I refuse to do it. I will continue to take my glasses off to read. No. All right, are the parties ready on? Norma, did you know that Zach was leaving us?
I really thought I pulled the whole.
No, you did not.
Well, eventually, because I don't want it to become real, so maybe if I limit how much I talk about it, it just will go away.
Oh, oh.
I don't think so. It's not real. My method is not working.
Yeah. You know why you're being moved? Because you've tried too many cases. So now they want to move you.
We got a lot in a short period of time. We've been burning some rubber this year.
Yeah.
A lot of good
So,
ones. A lot of old ones too. Even the last one we did, that Day was 2021.
Yeah.
Gone.
Mhm.
COVID, all these other things, like.
Mhm.
I think those like systemic things, they're coming to a close, I think, probably some of those older ones that just had.
Mhm.
Through the system, been able to linger around.
Yeah.
Who's gonna replace me? Judge said I'm irreplaceable, so what do you do?
That's not what Beyonce says.
Well. she ain't-
But Sean, you and I, we're doing our references. But we will miss you, Zach.
You could have another me in a minute, Judge.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she or he will be here in a minute.
Are you putting everything you own in a box?
That box right there.
But that's a shame. Deputy Lord, why do they keep doing that? The minute people get major trial experience, they take them away. Whenever you all are ready on green and Ganal, just let the court know. Sergio Umberto Maris. Rodney Patterson. Darwin Gomez. You're Darwin Gomez. You need to be on the first row. No problem. Riot Aguilar. Travis Mann. Nathaniel Vasquez.
Put them in ours.
And then she's gonna want me to bring that one.
Why don't I have a-
All right, Christopher Morrison. All right, how long do y'all expect this jury trial?
3, maybe 4 days. It's
3 or 4 days.
More complicated, Judge.
All right. Mr. Morrison, you need to unmute.
It would be jury punishment though, Your Honor.
Oh, just one second. And you need to start your video. All right, you need to start your video.
Let me give him a call, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, he's connected to the audio. He can hear us.
Yes. All right, you want to step out and call him and?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, your attorney is going to step outside, call you to let you know how to do video. All right, counsel. All right, are you ready?
He says his video's on and that he can see himself in the little screen.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I'm not so technologically advanced that I can.
What?
I know. I know. So the only other thing I could think of is if he hooks up with a phone also, and so that way
Well, I'm waiting for him to join.
I suggested that maybe that's what he's doing.
Can you call him to see if he's joining? Because it just shows joining, but he hasn't entered the room yet.
I forgot to tell you. I'm using
Hi.
Yep.
No, it shows that he's still joining.
I could hear you talking to me while I was talking to him.
Yeah, it shows joining. All right, here's the thing. Put him on cell phone. And I'll just remove him from this.
Hey, Chris.
Still Johnny. Hello.
Yeah, what's going on? All right, can I see the state on Morrison, please?
Right now.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so how long are you expecting this jury trial?
3 or 4 days, but I think the press just indicated that they're going to the jury for punishment.
We would go to the jury for punishment, yes.
All right, that 3 days. Do y'all have all of the discovery?
Yes.
As far as I'm aware, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on Morrison. All right, we're gonna come back on December 10th for jury trial. Make sure there's an acknowledgement of discovery done. Mr. Morrison, you need to appear in court for trial on December 10th. Do you understand?
Reset to December 10th, Chris. Do you understand?
All of the discovery. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date on Morrison.
I can hear it. I can see it. I don't know whether they can't see me.
Yeah.
Okay, December 10th. We're reset to December 10th. Chris,
Yes.
we're reset to December 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, bye.
Thank
You can leave the room.
you can go ahead and exit. Thank you very much, Sharon.
Thank you.
Okay, we're good. Okay, thank you. Don't hurt me. Small.
Actually, no.
Daryl Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, so what happened with the transfer with his brother?
I believe, Judge, we were just notified that he didn't meet criteria for felony drug court, so he was just that, I guess he was brought back for status upon that.
All right, so and his brother's going to pick him up, correct?
Correct, yes, Judge, yes, Judge. So, we just, we always know that the court likes to be aware of what's going on, so I'm sure that, that you guys are notified that he didn't meet criteria. He could be released to his brother with, I believe, the mental health caseload.
Judge, the recommendation from felony court was for him to be supervised and then make caseload. So I would ask that he amend those conditions before he's released so that we can get him to review the clients.
Okay. All right, and Mr. Payne, I must say you are looking much better than when I first saw you.
Thank you.
I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll alter and amend conditions to include the mid caseload. And when you're released to your brother is going to be able to pick you up. Can you coordinate that?
Yes, Judge.
counsel?
I will let him know immediately that the dishonorable court is allowing him to be released to him. And I already spoke with my clients and he's willing to lean into his brother's support and help and stay consistent with the meds, Judge. So We're all on the same page, I believe.
All right, so Mr. Payne, if there's ever an issue, of course, you can contact your attorney or you can contact probation. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court and we'll see what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here's the thing, a lot of people who are on medications, they stop taking them when they feel better, or they stop taking them because they say they have side effects. If there are side effects, you have to let your doctor know because they don't know. All right, and if you feel as though the doctors are not addressing things, call your attorney, talk to probation, and then you can come back to court if that's not being addressed, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so counsel, I don't know, it's probably best if you were to call the sheriff's office to see if they can coordinate his release instead of releasing him at midnight.
Yes, Judge, I can do that.
All right, so I'll alter the main conditions to include mixed supervision. Is there anything else, probation? All right, and if you can make sure probation has his brother's address.
Definitely will, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one. Hello.
Hey, Judge, how are you?
All right, how's it going?
Pretty good until last night I heard that Mr. Medellin decided to spend the night in the Medina County Jail. So,
You know, sometimes people want to be in different locations.
well, it actually might make my job a little easier, maybe.
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure with the court that there's nothing else I need to do. I anticipate he'll bond out. He got arrested on an evading with a vehicle case, which is obviously going to complicate his matters before this honorable court. I don't know anything else about the facts of that case, just except that he was arrested after, being in a vehicle and being followed by police.
Okay,
So
all right, just give me one moment.
I appreciate you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Been-
You know, you can't complain. You know, what are we gonna do with complaints?
Well, I'm with you. I may be traveling to Louisiana at some point soon. I have a friend's son that graduated last year from high school, and he's a quarterback, and he walked on to Jackson State.
Oh, wow.
And started off as a number 5 quarterback and has now made his way to the number 3, and he's the best passer. So the coaches are at least telling him he's going to be getting some playing time. And so, not this week, but next week, I think they play. God, I should know who they're playing, but they're playing in Jackson State. And
Well, let me look it up to see who they're playing.
there you go. We may need to make a road trip.
Hey, there you go. And you know, by way of my mom's house or something. Wait a minute. There we
Is
go.
your mom, where's she located in relation?
Northern,
How far from New Orleans?
far.
Okay.
Okay, let me see what their schedule is. So on Thursday, they are playing,
I think Louisiana Monroe.
yes, and you know, Cornelius always says,
What's that?
he says, you gotta be careful of any school that has the hyphenated names. Because he says there's Louisiana Monroe, Louisiana Lafayette, you know, all these different places. I remember when someone lost to Appalachian State, it sent shockwaves through things. But I tell you what, you're gonna enjoy it. And of course, halftime is always great. Yeah. So who's your guy?
Israel Medellin.
Norman, can you pull the file on Medellin? And then I will take the interpreter case up. All right, state, who's on Medellin? It's evading arrest. All right. Yeah. So I'm being, look at you, your guys' suits are perfectly coordinating.
We did that on purpose, Judge. He calls me in the morning.
Yeah. All right, so on this one, he says his client is actually in custody out of county, is that correct?
It is, Your Honor. Okay, good.
So in, what county is he in?
Medina.
So he's in Medina County, so we'll have to have him ordered.
Yes, Judge.
All right, and so Ms. Ferguson, or even maybe we can have him by Zoom. His client is in Medina County. Do you know if they allow for Zoom? All right, so let's recall Mr. Medellin. We'll recall it in 30 days, even though the case appears old. The first setting we had for this case, oh, wait a minute. He has a motion to revoke. and it's supposed to be contested. So, Ms. Ferguson, we're gonna need him brought over. And can you reset this for 20 days? Because it's supposed to be set for contested today, Ms. Abrams. Mr. Medellin is in custody in Medina County. So, Norma. All right, so we're gonna recall it for contested on September 16th. We will have your client here. Or if you prefer, if we could see if we could have him by Zoom.
Either way, Your Honor.
All right, so Norma, defense is okay with the contested hearing by Zoom or in person. And if he's here by Zoom, it may be better for you potentially to be by Zoom so you all can talk in a breakout room together if needed.
Sure, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Excuse?
Yes,
Thank you, Judge. Good seeing you.
you too.
September 16th?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, could I see the interpreter on Ramiro Sandoval? Who's here for Ramiro Sandoval?
I'm present, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Sandoval, why were you late for court?
Because of the traffic.
All right, so you need to make sure that you're on time, okay?
That's fine.
All right, so today, we need an acknowledgement of discovery. Do you have all of the discovery?
We will give that to defense to sign to that.
They found some additional stuff, I believe.
Correct. Well, I do need to meet with the complainant's mom, to discuss this further. So I would ask the court, maybe we reset the case for a plea deadline.
All right, has a plea been offered?
Not yet, I know, from with the family, but I will do so as soon as I meet with them.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, recall it in 20 days. In 20 days' time, the acknowledgement, all the discovery needs to be turned over. And at that time, state you need to be prepared to make an offer.
Yes, ma'am.
September 16th, Ms. Guerrero?
Sure, Judge. I'm supposed to start a CPS trial that morning, but I'll have somebody here.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else?
Not for this case, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat, and once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused.
I'm listening.
Anis Hernandez Rivas.
Alice.
And on this case, I'm sure the immigration issues have been taken care of.
As far as a consultation, yes.
Okay.
He does want you to consider reducing his bond to something that he can make so he can voluntarily depart.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so on this case, I have the acknowledgement of discovery. This was previously set for jury trial. So how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
Judge, at least 3 to 4 days.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, I need 5 days for a jury trial. I'm gonna say 5.
Yeah, just, I know we're not on the record, but I did just, I told Ms. Ferrer yesterday that there is some additional, like, video that we found, and also a phone that apparently was not turned over. We are in the process of getting that to her. They're gonna be bringing us a hard drive. So just to let the court be aware that we have a new disclosure that we will be filing.
And you say that's cell phone?
Cell phone, and then also there was a crime scene video that was not turned over.
All right.
And Judge, the DVR system. I've been diligently, we've been on top of it quite a bit, but there's it's 1.79 terabytes.
Okay, so defense, I'm gonna give you a jury trial date. If you feel you need more time because of the discovery, just let the court know.
Yes.
All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson?
Well,
All right, so we'll be back on November 12th.
Your Honor, I am set in Del Rio Federal Court that day on a special setting at 2:30. I'm sorry, not on the 12th, on the 13th. So I can pick a jury on the 12th, if I can only work half a day on Wednesday, the 13th, and then I
Oh,
can
that's
finish
fine.
this up, Judge?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I just wanted to
Just,
give the court.
let us know.
And then the other thing my client wants to ask, Your Honor, is if you would consider giving him a lower bond. He does have an immigration hold. I explained to him the rules.
Okay, all right,
However-
we'll have a hearing. State, are you prepared to proceed on a hearing for a bond reduction?
I have not seen the bond. No, Your Honor. Okay, we haven't seen it.
I haven't filed anything. I had filed one previously, but then when I was informed that there's an immigration hold, we didn't have anything.
All right. So, State, are you okay to proceed with an oral motion then?
If this court feels we can proceed right now.
All right. The court is calling 2023 CR 4371A, State of Texas versus Adis Hernandez Rivas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Monica Guerrero for Mr. Hernandez Rivas.
And are you Mr. Hernandez Rivas?
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter present. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Your Honor, the interpreter's name is Jorge Valle.
All right, off the record, Deputy Laura, could you move anybody who's having conversations down here? All right, we're back on the record. Defense, you're proceeding on an oral motion to reduce bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, any objections to proceeding on an oral motion to reduce bond? All right, you may proceed.
I believe my client's bond is set at $150,000. I have been informed by the jail that he also has an immigration hold. I don't know if there's any type of bond set for that. He is charged with murder. He believes that he would be able to make this bond. And I did explain to him that if he made the bond, that he would be taken into immigration custody, so he would not be released. He is still wanting the court to consider giving him a $50,000 bond so that he can go down to the immigration courts and start that proceeding.
All right, State.
Your Honor, no evidence has been presented that he could or could not make a bond at $150,000. That this is a murder. The facts of the case, the individual was killed and allegedly by this individual. I believe that $150,000 is probably actually too low. So at this point, we would object to that.
All right. So people in the box, we're on the record. No talking while we're on the record, okay? All right, it's your motion, so I'll give you final argument.
Judge, I'm just asking on behalf of my client, because that is his request.
All right, the motion to reduce bond will be denied. And if it hasn't been part of his conditions before, the court is going to order full GPS. And I'll ask that the fees be waived. All right, is there anything else from either side?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Does he have to sign a receipt form also?
No.
Okay, he comes in command.
Hmm?
He comes here on command.
Yes, there you are. All right, who's here on Eric Kelly? All right, so where are we? We're here today for discovery and an offer is due. Where are we?
Judge, so I'm emailing the intake attorney, so there was some missing discovery on there that it seemed that intake was able to acquire, or else they wouldn't have been able to indict this case, so I'm trying to make sure to see where that is.
All right, so what is the missing discovery?
It's a drug lab, Judge.
The labs. Okay. And how long is that going to take?
I emailed Eddie Flores earlier today, so he should respond. If not, I'll go to his office, just ask. He's the one, it seems like he's the one that indicted him. And then there is an ag robbery case, Judge, that is awaiting indictment that's still in the pipeline.
And which case are the labs missing in?
The labs are missing in
the later of the two cases.
Judge, you'll be here, 2024 CR 5344.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. All right, so one question, I show that on the unindicted cases, the aggravated robbery, is there still a new attorney on that, or are you on all of them?
I'm only on these two and two of the misdemeanors. I think Ms. Green made his bond on the aggravated robbery, and so I believe it's either gonna be Kelly Green or Bob Barron on that case.
All right, Norma, on the unindicted cases, who are the attorneys on this? It's Eric Kelly. Because I have that it's Kelly Green and Anthony Zamora.
I'm present, Your Honor.
Hi,
Good morning.
hi, are you on Eric Kelly?
No, ma'am, I'm here on Melissa Madonna, which is a co-defendant.
All
in-
right.
In the unindicted case.
All right, so then it's Kelly Green, I guess.
On that one, and I think Mr. Zamora is on another unindicted case.
Kelly Green is on the 738931 case.
And what is that charge?
Then we'll look at the, Stephanie Zamora. He's on the fraud. And that's the CM 11532.
All right, oh, come forward.
Yes, ma'am. And Judge, if I may be so bold, that initial offense for the allegation of robbery, it should have been indicted by now if they were going to. I'm thinking that recognizing there's serious issues with it, that's what's delayed us handling all these other mistakes.
Oh, I'm gonna,
Because they're state jail.
here's the thing, I'm about to undelay things.
It's okay.
All right, so on this case, one, all the attorneys need to be here for this next setting date. So that means Mrs. Zamora and Kelly Green or Bob Barron or whoever his attorney is. Is your attorney Kelly Green or Bob Barron?
Oh, Kelly Green.
All right, so Kelly Green needs to be here. And we are recalling this back for the week of September 16th. All things will be resolved by the week of September 16th. What date, Ms. Ferguson?
I think the 19th.
All right, we're coming back on September 19th, and Ms. Ferguson send an email to Kelly Green that she needs to be here. All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
You know,
All right, who's here on Leon Small?
That's me, Your Honor.
Good morning, you're on this side.
Motherland.
All right, so what is happening?
Judge, this is a motion to set bond on each of his cases. He, I believe, is remanded without bond on each.
Sure. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 07828.
Matt Solhansky appearing.
No, I'm not done yet.
Sorry.
2024 CR 007829. 2024 CR 008770, State versus Leon Aubrey Herman Small. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Gearham for the state, Your Honor.
for the defense?
Matt Solhansky for Mr. Small.
And are you Mr. Small?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion to set bond. Have you both had a chance to confer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any agreements?
There is, Your Honor. I just want to point out, there is one other case in MTR, I believe.
Oh, there's no bond in that?
No, ma'am.
Oh.
There should be a
And then
motion
the
on
court
that
is
too.
calling 2020 CR 12250.
And Judge, yes, we have.
All right. Just one second. I don't have the motion for that. Ah, let me see. Yes, thank you. All right, what is the proposed agreement?
Proposed agreement, Your Honor, on the first one that you mentioned, 2024 CR 007828 is $50,000.
Okay, just one second. Okay,
And then on 2024 CR 007829, that'd be 25,000.
okay,
And then on 2024 CR 008770, 75,000.
okay.
And then on 2020 CR 12250, $20,000, Your Honor.
All right, is that the proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Small. Just one moment. All right, so on the motion to revoke, what are the alleged allegations?
I haven't seen the file on the,
All right,
I'm sure it's the new number ones would be mine.
all right, is it just new number ones?
That's our judge. That was not set today.
Yeah.
All right. Just one moment, let me see
Yes,
what the
ma'am.
allegations are.
Allegations are
And we can go off the record for a moment. Yes, allegations are,
of status. Do not register to comply with drug spot, failure to comply with UA GPS program. All the new number ones, failure to report. January to for this contraband. For this transport weapons. Supplemental. Was for, failure to report for the months of January through May of these people.
okay. All right, so we're back on the record. So it's the court's understanding that the defendant is currently on probation out of this court and is alleged to have committed 3 new offenses. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, ma'am.
And cause number ending in 7828. The court will set your bond at 50,000. There's to be full GPS. And cause number 7828.
That's the one that you just.
That's the motion to revoke?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just. did.
7828, that's 50,000.
Right.
Yeah.
7829.
There we go.
The court will set your bond at 50,000. With full GPS. Cause number ending in 8770. Court will set your bond at 75,000 with full GPS. All right, and the cause number ending in 12250. I'm inclined not to grant him a bond in that case. He has 3 new cases that he's alleged to have committed. And then the violations from probation has to do with their GPS violations. There's an allegation of non-reporting. So counsel, do you want to address those issues?
Yeah, sure. How long have you been in jail?
Been jail 2 months, like some 1 or 2 months.
And do you want? I was unaware of the GPS violations. I didn't.
Okay.
Were you on GPS before?
Yes, sir.
And what happened with that?
Oh, you want to raise, if you want to call him as a witness.
Sure.
All right, but he's addressing allegations that are in the motion.
That's true. Let us step back.
Okay. If you want to step back and think
Sure.
about it,
Yeah.
I'll call you back up. Who's here on Ivan Pacheco? All right, and where is Mr. Pacheco? Come forward. All right, who's the person who, just 1 second.
And I surprisingly, out of all the cases I've ever worked, we actually received the guitar and amplifier back, which is very sentimental to the musician. And they were okay with us dismissing, even though they didn't receive everything that was stolen, they were okay with that.
All right.
And this individual is also being sentenced, I believe, federally here in the next few months. That's
Okay.
another reason. Correct.
All right, here you are. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Do good things and bad things normally won't happen. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, people don't like you to take their stuff. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Who's here on Lario Labordi? All right, this is criminal trial division. How long do y'all expect this trial to last? It's a drug case.
Drug case?
Yes.
2 days.
All right, do you have all of the discovery?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. All right, we'll be back on November 12th.
Thank you very much.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Who's here on, are y'all ready on Ramon Sanchez? All right, if you come forward. Just 1 moment. I'm just finding him on the list.
Sure.
All right, and there was no PSI in this case, correct?
Correct. It's a jail case.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 3592, State of Texas versus Ramon Sanchez. Oh, it's Ramon Sanchez, 2024 CR 3592. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harris, gentlemen.
for the defense?
Brian Kimbrough for Mr. Sanchez.
And you are Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
You entered a plea of guilty on August 12th, and this was recalled for August 27th. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. There are no applications. The state is taking in consideration 2024 CR 2931. Both parties agreed not to have a PSI. It was reset so that defense could have witnesses present if they wanted to have witnesses present, and for the state to tender to the court for review Mr. Sanchez's criminal history. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, argument, Your Honor. Oh, my client, other than my client, no.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Ramon Sanchez, Jr.
All right, make sure you keep your voice up so that I can hear you and the court reporter can hear you.
All right.
Could I introduce the case a little bit, Your Honor?
Yes.
This, first of all, I want the court to understand that I'm not in any way meaning my remarks to suggest that Mr. Sanchez doesn't accept his responsibility 100% in this case. But there are some aspects that are a little unique, and I wanted to make sure the court understood that. I think they're mitigating. Okay, the main thing is that Mr. Sanchez was at home on the night of this incident. I think he was on his driveway listening to music. He was going through a problem with his wife, a divorce, possibly some family issues. So his son drove by and fired shots at the house, hitting Mr. Sanchez in the hand. He actually, I believe, fired a whole clip, but he hit Mr. Sanchez. He's the only one that got injured. His wife called the police. So the police came to the scene and investigated. Now, in the course of that investigation, now Mr. Sanchez does not have good impulse control. He got very upset, not at the police, but at his son, essentially, and the whole situation. Number two, he was not taking the medication that he should have been. Of course, that's a common problem. We all know that. But it just sort of added fuel to the fire of his emotional problem. But he did not, he was not attacking the police. He was extremely upset. And I've looked at the video, and I can assure you that he lost control of his emotions. And so he got into essentially a verbal argument with the police over some trivial thing, which then led to a confrontation, which then led to him being detained and handcuffed, at which point he got upset and did not cooperate, as he should have. And an officer suffered a broken little finger as a result. And he understands that it was his doing that caused that. But it was a situation where he wasn't a defendant, you know, in a case that was being investigated. He wasn't being arrested. He was actually a victim of a shooting. And it was that situation that created this case. Now, he has a bad record, no question about it. I mean, he's not applying for probation. I'm just suggesting to the court that a more just or fair sentence, given the circumstances, would be, say, 3 years as opposed to 5. Now, I know Mr. Sanchez would like to address the court himself. Could I call him, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, you've stated your name for the record. If you could restate it again, please.
My name is Ramon Sanchez.
All right, defense, you may ask your questions.
Thank you. Ramon, is there anything that you'd like the judge to know about what happened that day?
for that evening? I should
That
say?
I mean nothing, no bad towards the cops or anything. It's just I was emotionally going through a divorce at the time.
Mhm.
You know, due to my drug abuse, I stay at my mom's house because I was a provider for dialysis. And
What kind of medication were you on at the time?
I take Bexar, Lexapro, and Depakote, 750, 500 milligrams. And I'm diagnosed with bipolar, PTSD, and schizophrenia. And now that I've been on my medication, I haven't been in trouble. I've been in the county almost 10 months.
Now, at the time, you were on different medication.
Yes, I was.
And you weren't taking it?
No, I was abusing alcohol.
And abusing alcohol?
Yes.
Okay.
But I will ask the court to see if I could have some kind of help, mental help.
So in sum, Your Honor, we're asking the court to take those aspects of the case into consideration in forming a sentence.
All right, any questions?
Mr. Sanchez, which hand were you shot?
My right hand.
And why were you not taking the medications that were prescribed to you?
Because I
at the
was
time?
drinking at the time, sir.
So you were able to access those medications, correct?
Yes.
But you chose not to take
I
them,
chose.
and you chose to consume alcohol instead.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Could be worse. I had CPS took my kids away from me. I couldn't see them until that. I needed to join a program, and I decided not to leave the drugs and alcohol, because I had UA stuff like that. But now I've been on my medication 10 months. I could think better, and I know what I want for myself, for my kids, and be there for the last years of my life.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, why was your son shooting at you?
He was upset. So I had got in an argument with him and told him that I didn't want him around my mom's house if he was gonna come and asking for money.
All right, I still don't understand how that translates into guns being pulled.
Well, he suffers from his bipolar himself,
So what happened with his case?
It was dismissed. They never followed up with it.
So you're saying he shot at you and the case was dismissed?
Yeah, well, they never made a case out of it.
And how did this translate to an assault on an officer for you?
Well, at the time when they came, they asked me what was going on. I told them that I was okay. And they still wanted to see my hand. I told them they should call an ambulance instead of cops trying to arrest me. And I started arguing with them. I flipped out on them, man.
Well, you said that they wanted to see your hand.
Yes.
Because a
I was
call had
bleeding.
come in that you were shot.
Yes.
I don't see how that translates into them wanting to arrest you. When you say they're just there to ask you what happened to your hand.
I blacked out, man.
I think what happened, Your Honor, was that they were I think he overheard a conversation. According to the police report, he overheard a conversation between the police and I think his son. I think they were talking to his son on the phone. He got upset. He got emotionally upset. Not any rational reason. And it was then when they were detaining him after he got upset that this happened. So it doesn't excuse what happened. It doesn't mean he didn't do it. It doesn't mean he's not guilty. But that was the circumstance. And I don't think there's any question that he was shot. That's a fact.
All right. Is there anything else?
No.
Any other witnesses?
No.
State criminal history? Any objections to the court reviewing the criminal history?
No.
So do you have gang affiliation?
No, ma'am. I'm a ex-member of a mafia.
Okay.
choose my family over that prison stuff.
All right. He does have a long criminal history.
He does, no question.
State.
Thank you.
We'll hear argument.
Well, Your Honor, again, my argument is only that in order for this sentence to be correctly reflect these facts, I believe that a lesser sentence would be justified. I think I would urge the court to consider 3 years. He's going to do time, but again, this isn't a situation where he was a possible defendant or a suspect that was resisting arrest. It was not a situation where he was doing something antagonistic to the police. He was actually a victim of a shooting, and he was extremely emotionally out of control himself. He had a lot of difficulties. And so in this situation, this injury happened. And I think it's fair that he do prison time for it. But I think a 3-year sentence would be better reflect what happened than a 5-year sentence.
State.
As I understand it, Mr. Sanchez began to use alcohol and stopped using his medication in response to an emotionally difficult moment in his life. And while I have a certain measure of sympathy for him and the pain that he experienced and the desire that he had to no longer experience that pain, nevertheless, the choice to use alcohol rather than his medication was his choice. His response to the officers was his choice. I think a cap of 5 correctly reflects the circumstances of the offense. Mr. Sanchez.
Just 1 second. Everyone, can you all whisper? All right, you may continue.
The circumstances of the offense, Mr. Sanchez's response to it, his criminal history, and the fact that it was in part a reflection of the choices that he made up to and including those moments.
All right. There's going to be a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. I'm going to ask for the therapeutic community or the mental health unit at the prison. I don't have jurisdiction over that. You'll have to ask for it as well. And maybe they'll put you in the program, maybe they will not. Based upon your history and past affiliations, you say they're past affiliations, they may not accept you. But if you don't ask for it, you definitely will not be placed in it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and the court is taking in consideration 2024 CR 2931. And the court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. I want you to know that your attorney put forth good arguments for you.
Yes.
I have to weigh certain things, right? I do have to consider your criminal history. He'll tell you, I've been a defense attorney before, and I always think when you're calling on people as repeaters and habituals, if they wouldn't have that, maybe there would be a different plea bargain agreement with regards to this case. But those are things I have to take in consideration, and also taking in consideration the circumstancing surrounding this. But your history, you have a violent history, then you have this. then it's you not being on your medications when you're supposed to be on your medications. So I want you to know your attorney did have great arguments. I think the offer was a fair offer for you. When you're released, make sure you stay on your medications. When you're released, if you can't find a place to go, if I'm still here, I will direct you where you can go to make sure that you stay clean and sober and on your medications, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you. Who is here on Richard Gonzalez? All right, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2022 CR 9439, State of Texas versus Richard Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Andrew Harris Sademan. for the
Defense.
state.
Larry Meadows for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I understood it.
Are you the same Richard Gonzalez who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 9439 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram on October 20th, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Richard Gonzalez did then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of December 2022 and January 2023 in violation of condition number 4. State waives the remaining violation allegation.
With regard to that allegation, number 4, how do you plead, true or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
True. Yeah, I just wanted to.
No, my question
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
knowing that I could sentence you up to 1 year in the state jail facility, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. And you understand that the court does not have to follow any agreement that maybe your attorney has reached with the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is there a proposed agreement?
I believe so, Your Honor, to extend supervision for 2 years, alter and amend to add the substance abuse treatment facility followed by aftercare treatment through Bear County CSCD, TAP outpatient treatment program, monthly UAs, and documented weekly sober support meetings as directed by the court.
All right. What is it done on probation?
I didn't have anything I couldn't be there at the house that I was at. That's why I didn't stay there. They had kicked me out. I didn't mean to come over here like this. I should have came in person.
No. Why didn't you report to probation? You want to raise your right hand?
Yeah, I
You
really.
solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Richard Gonzalez.
All right, what is up with the ring on his finger? Is that allowed?
This is my rings, the ones that I was in.
Sorry, what?
The ones that I had on when I was in brought from custody.
Oh, so they can wear rings at the jail? My understanding that's
I
considered.
didn't. They didn't take it off. I could, you know.
No. I'm just saying that, isn't that considered contraband? He has on 3 rings. One of them
That's kind of,
appears to.
they didn't take it off at the intake. I mean, but when you get back, you can probably put it in my property.
All right, one appears to have a diamond in it, but I
It
don't.
does? I
Love
didn't
it.
see that.
Your Honor, perhaps they're not able to remove the.
Yeah, this one was not, I couldn't get this one off, but probably now they can, because when I came in, it was kind of slow.
Okay, all right, these are just questions I'm curious about.
That's fine.
So
yeah.
why were you not reporting?
I just didn't report because I didn't have a place to go to. I was kind of freaked out on it. You know what I mean?
So did you think of taking the via bus to probation?
No, Your Honor, I didn't. I just went to the house and they said I couldn't be there. I was from my understanding, the last time when you had spoke to me about the probation, did you put her on a restraining order so that way I could probate there? Because I got a new address I could report.
Nope, there was not supposed to be any contact. And what is the plastic in your?
Oh,
you just come in over here with all sorts of things.
No, I didn't see it in there. I just threw on my.
No, what's in your pocket?
This is from the soup, and then this is from my mom's address.
So he's bringing soup from the
No, I'm
jail
not
and
bringing soup.
greens?
No, I didn't. I just threw all my
Just add water. Okay.
just that one. No, yeah.
All right. So what is with the 36 on your face?
That is just back in the day, back when I was in high school. I promise you on that.
Mhm.
I've been to myself. I don't.
And the dollar signs around your wrists?
That keeps me motivated to do my probation.
All right, just a second. All right, so obviously people don't understand. We are on the record. So if you cannot whisper, then you need to stop talking or talk outside. I don't understand why people talk so loud when they're in the gallery, and then when they're before me, I'm straining to hear you. All right. So what's up with the dollar signs on your wrist?
I got these tattoos years back, like before '99, and I haven't not got any other tattoos since. I've been basically, I worked, I've had probation before, I completed it before in the other court.
But not here.
This one I was just, I was kind of shocked on it, but I mean.
What do you mean shocked on it?
Well, because I was picked up on how I was picked up, but I mean, I didn't get to come report because I just didn't show up. I just didn't, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you, sir. I mean, Honor.
Oh, I appreciate.
I have a
appreciate
new
the honesty.
address I could probably maybe if you grant it to go to. I talked to my mom on that. She said that she's willing to go ahead with it if you're willing to, if your judgment would apply. If, you know what I mean?
All right. I don't think you're a good candidate for probation.
Okay.
I tried. All right, we're gonna send it. I'm gonna
Do I get credited for my back time?
Yes, let me finish.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Court is finding violation of condition number 4 true. The court is gonna revoke. The court is gonna sentence you to 1 year in the state jail facility. You're entitled to any credit for any time previously served. There's to be restitution of $57 to SAPD for lab testing. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yeah.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, that jury on your fingers. I don't know what happened at the jail, but you're not supposed to have that on your fingers unless it's attached. The bringing over of food from the jail.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have allowed you to bring that over. We're not here for you to have a meal in court.
Yes, Your Honor. I didn't know what it was in there.
Here's the thing, even when you're held in the back, you're not allowed to get hot water and make your own soup dish. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're gonna have to start doing better. How old are you?
43.
You're 43. You're close to having the majority of your life behind you. If you don't want to wake up and see that you spent a majority of your life in prison, you had better change your ways. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. So I get credited for my back time?
You get credit for any time that you've been in jail.
Okay.
Legally, you're entitled to it.
Okay, thank you. God bless you, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Gonzalez.
Just one moment. Deputy Laura, it was green. The entire. Rufilio Rodriguez. Court is calling 2024 CR 2912, State of Texas versus Rufilio Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Monica Guerrero for Mr. Rodriguez, Your Honor.
And this is an application probation.
It is, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
I have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Rodriguez, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense, assault causing bodily injury, a class A misdemeanor.
No objection.
All right, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family violence as a class A misdemeanor? Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes to both questions.
Mr. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
What's that, ma'am?
The plea bargain page? What your agreement is with the state? Did you review that with your attorney? And did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury as a class A misdemeanor, family violence. Punishments be assessed at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. The state recommends community supervision. There's an affirmative finding of family violence and parenting classes. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be no harmful or injurious contact with the complaining witness. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states 1 and attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Right, did you review the document waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. So,
Judge, it was a plea bargain for 1/2.
oh, 1/2, because I have the document he signed was for deferred or community supervision, but I see your plea is 1/2.
Correct.
So this is what I want to ask. Number one, what's the result of the CPS case?
The child is with him. This is his biological grandchild. It's an incident from 2020. She was continually running away and there was a little bit of perceived excessive discipline on her behalf. His wife is also charged. They're going to be dismissing that case.
Okay.
But the child is living with him and I don't believe the biological parents are involved.
All right, so how long since this incident has the child been living with him?
She was 6 years old when we first got her.
No, I mean since this incident, since this assault.
The same, that was 22, right after that, a couple of months, they brought her back.
So she was only out of the house for a little bit.
Yes.
All right, so is the CPS case closed?
Yes.
State CPS case closed?
That's my understanding as well, Your Honor. Yes.
All right, and so she is living with them?
Yes, Your Honor.
She is 16 now.
She's 16. Okay.
She's going to school, so that's what mattered to me, going to school.
Okay. Just one moment. All right. Mr. Rodriguez,
Yes.
the court is inclined to offer you a deferred adjudication. Off the record, I've been told that your criminal history is almost non-existent, really. But if I offer you deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, I want you to know that I could sentence, I know I've told you this before, but I want you to know that I could sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Your agreement with the state is for a conviction.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you wish to have the conviction or deferred?
No.
Deferred or the conviction?
Deferred.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to an affirmative finding of family violence. I'm going to ask for parenting classes, but probation, if parenting classes have been previously completed under CPS, that will be deemed satisfied. I'm going to ask for field visits one time for 3 months. And probation, if you'll make sure they have a chance to check on the teenagers in the household and talk to them separately to see that everything is okay. And then it will be at probation's discretion. There should be no harmful or injurious contact with Star Rodriguez. And off the record, both parties told me that this is a case that occurred in 2020. And of course, it's only recently come to this court. So it occurred in 2020. It was indicted in 2024. My understanding from both parties is that Child Protective Services closed this case. And in order to close the case, Mr. Rodriguez had to complete parenting classes. From reading the state stipulation, it appears that the child's mother, who was released from prison, was allowed to see her child. And then after she saw her child, that's when issues would arise. Am I correct in my rendition?
That is accurate.
All right. Court is going to sentence you to 6 months deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, and there's to be regular random UAs, 80 hours of community service restitution. And if it's shown that he's completed parenting classes, then that would be deemed satisfied. Are you employed or retired?
Retirement.
All right. From what? What were you doing?
Northside School District.
Okay. All right, probation. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
I was asking probation, but I appreciate you for saying there's nothing. Is there anything else you want me to add to his conditions?
I was gonna ask if you could lower the probation fees. Because he's on a fixed income, him and his wife, they just live off of Social Security and a small retirement.
All right, so what will he need to do legally? He'll have to speak with probation about that. And if he does an affidavit of indigency, then the court could work with that.
Okay.
All right. Did you review, is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else from either side?
No.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Just remain in the courtroom. Probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I see the file on Lucy Rodriguez?
What's that?
It's sitting in my first drink or whatever.
Thank you. Oh, let me give you your pen. All right, have a good one. Okay. All right, Marissa Magana.
Present. Judge, very quickly,
Yes.
on a couple of cases, co-defendant is Eric Kelly that the court has previously set on September 19th.
Okay, all right. Who's this? Okay, on this case, we're gonna bring this back on September 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
And then after that, there will be major movement.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, on a side note,
Yes.
every time Mr. Kelly's been brought with Mr. Campion, I've always been in court. I've got the unindicted case, but we'll figure something out before the 19th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Jose Manjares. Who's the attorney for Jose Manjares? Darwin Gomez. Who's the attorney? Oh, come forward. All right, Norma, this is criminal trial division.
Yes.
Norma, we need a jury trial date. All right, we're gonna come back on November 12th. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused. And if you all can make sure I have the acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Have a
Thank you for
blessed day.
dressing appropriate for court. And you have a blessed day too. I love when I receive blessings. Janessa Salazar.
Present, Judge.
Hello, how's it going?
It is good. I'm a grandfather now, so.
Oh,
You just
congratulations.
see the wisdom. It's,
I do. It's just flowing off you and you're gonna lose it all because you're gonna give the grandbaby whatever they want.
that's true.
That's what you do, is spoil them, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
then say, here you go.
Hey, it's your turn, you know. Judge, we're here. This is actually was set for Thursday, but since I was going to be here today, I asked her to come in and Norma did a great job.
Okay.
There's some misdemeanor underlying cases that have another attorney that I just want to make sure before I, take care of this, I'd like to talk to them about. There's some issues with those cases, we believe as well.
All right, so what about violation? Because there's a violation of 27
Number 27 would be,
going to Walmart.
and yes, Judge. So that's another issue. The states filed a criminal trespass case. So what I'm asking for is just a 2-week reset if we can to maybe the 10th. I'm going to be back in here and I can talk to the other attorneys, see what we're going to do with this case. And
All right, state, who's the prosecutor on?
that's the Walmart. And so. Okay, the MTR.
Okay,
All right, so this is gonna be set for a contested.
it's fine, Judge.
Norma, I need a contested setting on Janessa Salazar, and you're saying the 10th?
Well, if it's going to be contested, Judge, then can I get a little more time, please? The 11th, no.
Mhm. No, can you do it the week of 16th? All right, the 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, contested probation, contested hearing on Salazar for the 19th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Isaac Cabello.
He is logged on to Zoom.
All right, who's the prosecutor? Is he iPad?
Yeah, I think so, Your Honor. I think you said it was on an iPad.
All right, you need to show your video. All right, this is going to be a permission to travel. He wants to attend the apartment owners convention.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, is there gonna be any objection? Okay. All right, Mr. Cabela?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You will be allowed to attend the apartment owners convention. And what I can tell you is whatever conditions that the previous judge put in place for you, they will apply there. For example, if one of your conditions was not to drink alcohol, then you can't do it there either. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
Defense, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. You're excused.
Thank you.
That cough does not sound good.
Do you have a file for the now for this?
Yes.
After you could work.
All right, let me. And just give me a moment. I have to put everything in Odyssey. Tyler Ashbaugh. Tyler Ashbaugh. Carly Green.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so on this case, do you know if State, were you able to make contact?
I was not.
All right. So with regards to the GPS tracking, because I always like for complainants to know if I decide to remove the GPS tracking, that they're made aware. So what I can do, and your client, she can appear by video if she wants to. And I can recall it for Thursday.
Thursday?
Mhm.
I think I work, so we can appear via Zoom or just come back on Thursday.
And Mr. LaHood, if you want to appear by Zoom, you can appear by Zoom as well.
I think I'm actually in here on Thursday, Judge.
All right,
Oh,
so,
I am. Yes, I'm here on a motion to set bond on another case.
all right, so you can appear by Zoom if you
I'd
can.
rather just come.
All right.
Perfect.
All right, thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Ms. Ferguson, they're coming back on Thursday to have me hear this request for the removal of GPS.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Apologies for interrupting. If I have not received a response from the complainant by Thursday,
Oh, I'm gonna make a ruling.
understood.
Yes.
Good deal.
All right, once you sign the reset form for that hearing, you all are excused.
Okay, yes, we signed it for the one,
October 1st.
yeah, October 1st hearing. Do you want us to do one for the Thursday?
Well, here's the thing, if you all don't remember it, so are you gonna remember to be back here on Thursday?
She's good about it. Yeah.
Okay,
And
all
it's
right,
on my
then you don't
calendar.
need a reset form.
Good deal. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome.
9:00. Yep.
Norma, what page is she on? All right, thank you. All right, Tyler Ashfall? Yes,
Yes, Judge. So this is actually not set on today's docket,
okay.
set for
Discovery,
Thursday.
yes.
Yes, it was so that we can do the extraction on the vehicle data.
Yes.
I was unaware that our investigator was on vacation for the last couple weeks.
Mhm.
However, in talking, in talking, in talking with the state, I think we can get it set up for sometime next Wednesday through Friday.
And Judge.
Okay, I can put it the week of the 9th.
And just so the court's aware, we have tried going out there already. There was an issue because there was no key for the vehicle.
Okay.
And so Vince has found the key and that's.
Yes.
Okay, so when do y'all want this to come back?
If you want us to come back right after that's been done, that's fine with me. If
I
we
mean,
think
when
we
will
can-
it be done though?
We're trying to get it done next week, Judge.
All right, so Norma, on this case, and I'll give you the file, we're gonna recall it for September 12th.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
And it is Ashball 2023 10004. How's things been going?
Good, good. It's 2 now.
Oh my God,
I know.
time flies,
It
right?
does. It's crazy.
And now I tell everybody, my little one walks around as though they pay a mortgage,
Yeah,
and you let them do it. You're like,
she has an
okay,
opinion on everything.
yes,
Yeah,
but that's awesome.
yeah, it is.
So we
she's-
just let her do what she wants to do.
she's sleeping a lot better. She just had like ear tube surgery.
Ah.
I think she always like had a bunch of fluid in her ears, and I think that's helped a lot. So she's been sleeping through the night a lot better. So
Oh,
really,
that's awesome.
really helped me out.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right, well, have a good one.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
So sorry. All right, Manharis. Come down. All right, are you all ready to proceed on the MTR?
We're asking that it be set for a contested. Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a contested on Manharis within 10 days, please. All right, we're coming back on September 9th for a contested hearing. Ms. Abrams? On Manharis, September 9th, contested. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Are y'all ready on small?
Yes, sure.
All right, so we're here on we're back on the record in 2020 CR 12250, State of Texas versus Leon Small. Parties, if you could re-announce.
Jason Garrett from the state.
Matt Stolhansky for Mr. Small.
And you're Mr. Small?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so defense, did you have a chance to discuss things with your client?
I did, Your Honor. Mr. Small was involved in a vehicle accident in early January of 23. He was in the hospital through February. He didn't report for that time, obviously. There was a warrant. He subsequently discovered that he's got cancer and has to have a kidney removed, which is one of the reasons he's seeking to get out to get treatment for that. We're asking the court to give us a bond so we can get the treatment. You've ordered GPS on all the cases. I think that is suffice enough to take care of the matter.
All right, state.
State's position that we had recommended double the previous bond, Your Honor. The previous bond was at 10,000, we recommended 20. Hopefully that will suffice to abide by the bond conditions.
All right, and as an officer of the court, you're telling the court that he has cancer treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll set the bond at 20,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There'll be full GPS. Once he has set up doctor's appointments, then the court, of course, will allow him to go to doctor's appointments.
Yes, ma'am.
Right now, let me see what date we're setting things on. Norma, on the motion to revoke on Small, I'm assuming this is going to be contested.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can I get a contested setting?
That's already set for September, I believe it's 26th.
All right, September 26th.
That's what I believe.
All right, we'll come back on September 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Ferguson, if you can give him a reset form so he will know he needs to be here.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, I did. Twenty-six, okay. Who's here on Yadhara Roma? I come forward. All right, so have you received the discovery?
Judge, so we reached out to the DEA. They did indicate that they said everything, but the defense is bringing up one other thing that they're asking for. So I emailed to see if there was anything in regards to that specific inquiry. They haven't responded back.
That's correct, Judge. In reference to the main report from one of the DEA agents, it does reference text messages. I do not have those currently accessible to me to view, as well as reference to another report made by someone from Guadalupe County in terms of a joint task force operation. So I just wanted to just make sure we have everything that we're entitled to at this point, Judge. And I know that the state has been making active efforts. He's shown me the emails that he's been reaching out requesting these things, but I know that they're outside entities and agencies, not like SAPD, where the evidence is pretty much just readily available for the prosecutors. So I think that's what might be a little bit of a hindrance, but we're working on it, Your Honor. Getting compliant.
All right, this will be your last setting for discovery. Ms. Ferguson, can you give them a 45-day reset for discovery? And I'm giving your counsel extra time because I realize it's a different agency. You're welcome. All right, we'll be back on October 10th. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Yes.
All right, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yeah, Tito Romo.
And which page is she on? Thank you, Laura.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ganal. Court is calling 2024 CR 4899, State of Texas versus Lana Ganal. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Standard court statement.
Defense.
Bridget Gossip for defense.
And are you Ms. Ganal?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ganal, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I believe so, yes.
It's this document that tells you what you're charged with. Did you
Yes.
review that?
Yes.
And counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Waiving paragraph A and proceeding on paragraph B, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor.
Just one moment. So there needs to be some corrections on the, we're off the record.
$65. It's hard, I'm like trigger, but go back that far, I have to count it. 65, and we're having our reunion in November.
Oh.
And so I get to go. And you know, when I was a little lawyer, we did a lot of federal cases, and we would go to losers court. And it was always a treat, even though I was there as the appellant, because I got to go back to New Orleans.
Oh,
the losers, what you mean with this?
Yeah.
okay. Well, congratulations. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And you know, a horse is a horse, of course, unless the famous Mr. Ed. But all right, we're back on the record.
Yeah, but he was as important as Trigger.
Okay. All right, thank you guys for correcting that. All right, so we're back on the record. Ms. Ganal, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with burglary of a habitation with an attempt to commit theft as a third-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand it? If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into this plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Ganal, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $1,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 3444. Did you understand that to be the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, no contact with the complainant, a MIC evaluation, and a drug court evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense in paragraph B of the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objections.
All right. And state, did you have a chance to speak with the complainant?
I do not know, Your Honor, because I did not negotiate this plea bargain off.
Judge, we had reached out to the complainant.
All right. All right, Ms. Ganal, you may be excused. Ms.
Thank you.
Ganal, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and considered to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to follow the recommendation of the ADA. Ms. Ganal does live with her parents. And after speaking with her father, it's my understanding that she does suffer from bipolar. She is on medication. At this time, she isn't working. And so the recommendation is for mixed supervision. So she will benefit from mixed supervision. She has told me that she will follow all the recommendations that you may impose upon her. It's our belief that she will benefit from deferred adjudication if the court does see fit to grant her application.
All right, Ms. Ganal, Do you have a doctor that you're seeing?
Yes.
Do you have a case manager?
No,
All right. What is your diagnosis? Do you know?
bipolar.
All right, this is what the court is. I'm sorry, do you have any children?
Yes, I have one son.
All right, and where does he live?
He lives with me and my parents.
No,
It's her dad.
just give us a moment, okay? Yes.
Judge, there was a recommendation for the drug court.
Mhm.
I did speak to her dad, and there was another case taken into consideration.
Yes.
It was a drug case. She has been with pretrial services. It's my understanding there was UAs being provided. Obviously, she has been negative on the UAs, but in the past, she has been using drugs.
Mhm.
There was a recommendation for her to be referred to the drug court.
Mhm.
So as you know, with mental issues and drug issues, we don't know what comes first.
Yes.
At this time, she's not using any drugs, but she has been using drugs in the past. So I just want to make the court aware of that she does suffer from mental health issues. She has had a substance abuse problem in the past. I don't know if I want to label it a substance abuse problem, but she has used substance abuse. I don't know if it escalated because of her mental health issues, but the substance abuse issue is there.
Is there anything else you would like to tell me?
No.
All right, so how have things been going since you've been living with your parents?
They've been good. I've been mostly just staying at home, watching over my son and not really going anywhere at all. So, but I'm okay. Her dad did confirm that.
Okay. So does he still wish to say something to me? All right, you can come up. Yes. All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Nick Ganal.
Yes, what would you like to say?
Yes, I just would like to say, my daughter's been having her mental issues since she was in her 20s. She's about, I'm sorry, are you 34? She's 35 right now. She's been having mental issues since then. And she's pretty much lived with us all her life because when she gets a job, she always gets fired. And since 2016, she hasn't been able to get a job. She can't keep a job. So we've been taking care of her and our son. My wife and I are the guardians of her son. And since her last, when she was arrested in January, because of the problems we've been having and her mental issues, actually on that day, a few hours before, I called 911 twice because she was at the back of our house. She was screaming. She wanted to kill herself, et cetera, et cetera. And so I called 911 and but she kept disappearing. She kept running away. So later on that day, after that second call, they finally
they found her outside, they talked to her, they interviewed her, they were able to calm her down. And that's the same day where she went to a next door neighbor and she got the Xbox, but she didn't, I don't think she intended to really steal it because she put it on the bed truck of the next door neighbor. She didn't take it home.
Let me ask you this, what do you think she needs?
Well, the reason I asked to speak here is because I know my daughter. I don't think she understands when she tells you that she understands. Okay, I don't think she really understands.
Well, what I can tell you is.
Because
well, let me stop you a little bit. So anyway, whether somebody is competent or not competent or sane or not sane, those are legal terms. It's sort of a fiction in the medical field. Those are legal terms here. And what I can tell you is I understand that she may have mental health issues, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't understand what's going on. And in this court, the probation officer is very thorough, and the probation officer will make sure that she understands what's going to be required of her. So if there's something she doesn't understand, Ms. Ganal, all you have to do is let probation know and say, I don't understand. What do you mean by that? And they'll continue to talk to you until they're sure that you understand and until you say that you understand. Okay?
Yeah,
all right.
Because she's, like you said, she never goes out. She stays at her house and she's always reported to pretrial services and her bondsman. And the reason why we're here today is because she was pretrial services stated that she did not.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me just tell you.
She did.
Well, let me just tell you. Time out. Let me just tell you. That ship has sailed. I'm going to take care of that today. Okay. So there's no need for you to address that. I'm going to take care of it today. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Ganal. All right, Ms. Ganal, these are the conditions of probation I'm going to give you, okay? So you're going to be placed on 4 years deferred adjudication. If you complete everything early, within 2 years, no sooner than 2 years, your attorney or somebody can come in and ask me to let you off of probation early, so you won't be on probation anymore. In this court, I will tell you, and I probably shouldn't say this, attorneys may not like it, but in this court, if probation feels that you've completed everything, they have the authority and they follow through on that authority to send me an email saying that you've done everything and they think you should be no longer on probation. Okay. But if you want to hire an attorney to do that, you can. I'm going to take into consideration 2024 CR 3444. So because you entered a plea in this case, that case is going to be taken care of. You're not going to have to worry about that. I'm going to order the mental health evaluation. So somebody's going to see you to get a report on your mental health so that probation will see if they'll put you on a special caseload. That will be with somebody who's familiar with people who have mental health issues. You understand?
Yeah. They're gonna come over to my house?
No, what's going to end up happening is you're going to report to them, and I'll get to that point, okay? Then I'm going to order a referral to felony drug court. Felony drug court will see you. They're going to set up a time for them to have an appointment with you to see if felony drug court is appropriate for you. That may be the best place for you because they handle anyone who has drug problems and if they have mental health issues as well. That's going to be done out of custody. So you're not going to be in custody for that, but you're going to have to make sure you meet all of those appointments. So if they say they want to see you on Wednesday, you need to be available on Wednesday. You understand?
Yes.
There's going to be $1,000 fine. I'm going to probate that. What that means is if you complete everything successfully, you won't have to pay the $1,000. There's going to be regular reporting to probation. They're either going to tell you to report by Zoom or either you're going to have to report to them in person. You understand?
Yes.
They will let you know. There's going to be proof of employment or either Social Security. You need to have that proof within 30 days to probation. If you don't have proof of Social Security, then what they're going to do, you need to get employed. And I don't allow people in this court to be employed as a home health care provider or work with children. So those two occupations you won't be able to do. You understand?
What if I'm just like in the application process of SSI?
Just let probation know.
Okay.
There's going to be regular random UAs, so they're going to test you through your urine to see whether or not you're using. You're going to have to reside with your parents. If there's an issue that develops with your parents and you feel it's an emergency and you need to leave, you need to immediately call probation and let them know. You understand?
Yes.
There is to be no contact with Josiah Saldana, so that's over with. Can't contact that person. You understand?
Yes.
There's going to be 120 hours community service restitution. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. And I'll ask that the warrant be recalled. Probation, is there anything else she needs? All right, we'll do, once she completes parenting classes, the court will deem the community service hours to be satisfied. And we'll do field visits one time per month. And that's until she is with the NIC unit or felony drug court. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, am I taking parenting classes?
Yes.
Okay.
So once you complete the parenting classes, you won't have to complete the community service hours.
Okay.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. We're off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back and address it with me. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Abrams, she'll give you the addresses, but I wrote them down. All right, thank you. All right, everyone, we're taking our recess.